Hi, we're going to talk about money today, the conspiracy theorist's favorite topic. Now, there are two ways to measure the amount of money. One is how much money we have as currency, dollar bills, and so on. And the other is how much money we have in the bank. These are not the same. They're both measures, but they're not the same. Now, there's more money in the bank than there is money, for reasons I won't go into. The point is that it's a measure. We can actually measure how much money is in banks and how much money has been printed by the Treasury. So, if you look at a graph, this is a graph right here of currency, you can't really tell much about it except that there's been some inflation. So what we want to look at instead is the ratio, the money in the bank divided by the currency. Money in the bank generally is considered to be the M2, and so we're going to use the term M2. M2 divided by currency. Now, here is a chart showing the M2 divided by currency from 1900 to 1960, and you can see some very interesting things. You can see the inflation during World War I. You can see the recession of 1920. You can see the boom of the roaring 20s. You can see the depression of 1930 and going on into the war years. You can see how there was some stabilization under the Roosevelt administration. And then you can see it start to climb during the 50s. In 1929, as you can see, the multiplier was 12. M2 divided by currency was 12. When you get to 1930, it was 6. This meant that half the money in the society was gone. It had disappeared. And because it had disappeared, things couldn't be purchased, and we had a huge depression. Now, the result of this was a world war, actually. But you can see the story right here as clearly as it could possibly be seen. Next, this chart shows the multiplier from 1960 to 2017. You can see that the multiplier was all over the place, going as high as 12 under the Nixon and Ford administrations, and in the 60s under Johnson and so on. And then it started to drop under the administration of George Herbert Walker Bush. Now, the actual steps to make it drop were done under Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's administration raised the prime interest rates and started to get the money multiplier under control. And you can see that with the exception of the 2008 debacle and largely faulty conservative decisions made then, we have had a very consistent multiplier for about 30 years. There's no reason to believe that this isn't because we've figured out how to make it work. And that is the essence of the real way money works. Now, conspiracy theorists have a whole lot of theories about this, a whole lot of stories, and largely none of those are correct. They all believe that a gold standard will bring us back to sanity. Gold standard only affects the currency, not the multiplier, and therefore it won't do anything. They all think it's a conspiracy on the part of the bankers. But any banking system, no matter how it's set up, will have this money multiplying effect. I hope this has cleared up a few things for a few people and maybe piqued your interest, and I thank you very much. when they think they're gonna lose. Even bankers sigh and frown when Wall Street shuts them down, brokered out by some lame clown. Even bankers get the blues when they think they're gonna lose. Even bankers sigh and frown when Wall Street shuts them down. When the politicians know how to make the money flow, silly bankers smile and glow, multiplying all the dough.